In today's economy, more people than ever are looking to buy and sell businesses. But how do you do it? Welcome to The Deal Board, presented by Transworld Business Advisors. Straight talk about real deals and real people. Listen to stories, interviews, and expert advice to help your business sale, merger, or acquisition process. Now, here are your business exit experts, Andy and JT.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. And it is the 200th episode of The Deal Board. Wow.
I mean, it's been a long time coming, right?
It's an amazing story. I think, first of all, it's been since, I was looking back at our records, August of 2018, I think, was kind of like the first episode that got posted. And we must have been at a conference around June time, May,
we were at the IBBA conference in May. We were in New Orleans, I think.
Wow. Oh my God.
So pre-pandemic, right?
Right.
New Orleans, right? Because we went to the Jazz Fest afterwards, remember?
Yes, I do remember, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
And so we're sitting there, and I don't remember who the speaker was, but he was talking about PR and press, and he asked in the room who had a podcast, right?
Right. And he basically instructed us all to get a podcast.
Right.
And I think we were sitting at the same table, or later we're sitting at the same table. And I said, we need a podcast. And you were like, I want to do a podcast.
I know. How I remember is something like he asked a question like who'd be willing to start a podcast or something. And I remember us being the only two that raised our hands. And so you looked at me and I was like, I just volunteered for something, but it'd be really fun. And we'll get into this.
Right.
We're not the only M&A podcast anymore. We're not the only business brokerage podcast, but.
No, others have followed suit. But I'd say, and just from talking to people and hearing from people, I think I just saw a statistic that was sent to me by some organization was asking us that we're either top 3, top 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely the oldest. I know that.
Yeah, we are absolutely one of the oldest, or at least the most prolific. There might have been 1 or 2 before us, but nobody stuck with it.
Yeah. So 200th episode, we have some impressive stats to share.
Just incredible.
And these are the lifetime stats since episode 194. Since we're recording this a little bit early, we don't have all of the stats, but 50,000 plus total downloads across all the episodes.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And 20,000 YouTube watches. And really, we didn't get prolific with YouTube until recently. But
I'd say we really just started the YouTube, the video ones. We were posting, and we'll get into the pandemic era stuff that we did, but we posted some on YouTube during that. But really, I'd say the last year has been mostly the video, right? Yeah.
And then, total listings and deals of the week, 300 and there'll be 400 basically. I think we started from day one with that, didn't we?
I think we started day one. We had a listing of the week and a deal of the week. So yes, technically as of 200, we should have 400, at least 400.
Because sometimes we did 2 or 3 sometimes.
Yeah, we did some of those recap ones too. And so if we kind of look at the journey, we started the podcast. We started on a lot of topics that were basic business brokerage stuff. I remember we did stuff on valuation and financing, and we still come back to that pretty often. But then we moved forward into 2020, right? In March of 2020.
It was almost talking to the audience because everybody was home. But we still were selling businesses. I mean, it was funny, 2020, and I talk about it on our sales meetings during training because we go over the numbers a little bit, what happens during a economic downturn, what happens during a pandemic. I mean, the pandemic turned out to be like our second best year ever.
Yeah. And I think probably 2021 was even better than that.
Oh, since then, I mean, the world of business brokerage is on fire. So just think back to 2018 when we started this. I mean, were we half the size of where we are now? I mean, I bet,
at least half the size. I mean, I'm sure if we went back and listened to some of the episodes, you could hear us quoted of like, we have 400 brokers nationwide. And I think we're over 1,000 now, right?
We are over 1,000.
Yes. Yeah. It's crazy. Some of the things that I've seen that have changed with the podcast and really started taking momentum when we were doing those live shows during the pandemic, right? You and I, first of all, I take credit. I think we started the seller tsunami trend, right? At least talking about it. I do,
absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it so early that we were too early.
I know. I mean, I think we started talking about it on the podcast right away, but I think we both did some articles individually, but all the way back in 2016. And so we talked about all that, and that kind of evolved into a bigger thing. And a lot of people talk about the seller silver tsunami now. And then one of the big outcomes I saw from those live shows, remember when we always used to talk about, it would be so nice if people knew that buying a business was a career option.
Yeah.
Right.
And how prevalent is that, to some of the influencers out there that have built huge followings, and talk about, Gen X and, those generations now buying businesses.
It's crazy. And that was, from my perspective, that was a big shift in 2020 and 2021, was that Gen X and millennial generation that really pivoted from saying, I want safe corporate careers to, I want to do my own thing.
I think they got a little taste of it during 2020. And I think that's what happened, right? So they got the taste to stay home. A lot of them perhaps moved out. Now, we know some of them, actually, some of them that moved out of the cities to some open spaces because they had the opportunity to work remotely and didn't want to go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they wanted to buy a small business instead.
Yeah. So, I mean, we won't claim that we made buying businesses cool, but, maybe we had some small part in the education process.
I think we have. I mean, it's funny. I get a lot of comments from people from all over from different industries even. Like I got a comment yesterday from a nonprofit leader, CEO of a nonprofit, that said, I love your goal setting episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Those are my favorite too, though.
Yeah.
Those are always the
JT.
most. Yeah, it's so fun.
He does such a great job.
Yeah.
And it's an annual event in January of setting your goals. But I mean, can we take credit for starting Exit Factor? Or starting the idea of it?
Starting the idea of prepping to sell. And I mean, that's something that's changed a lot too.
Right. So that's what I wanted to talk about, because of course that wasn't the reason we did the podcast, but certainly that's what's changed over the last 7 years. The idea of exit planning being so prolific, hot. I mean, it's the hot topic.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's more of like the business owners are now starting to look at exit planning as a strategic event and a long-term event. Like I say a lot, exit's starting to become a phase of your business instead of just an event, right?
Right.
Which is good for everyone involved. It's good
it's great for us.
It's great for business brokerage. It's great for the owners. It means they get more money for their company and they do it in a more thoughtful manner. But back in 2018 when we started this podcast, it wasn't prolific. It was around. No. I mean, it's not like it's a brand new industry, but it wasn't something that owners were doing, right?
And even some of our podcasts are going international, right? So you see some of these countries. I was kind of shocked by number 2, India.
India.
Right.
Nice.
And, I was just speaking to some folks from India about our business. And, what I think has happened over the last 7 years is that business brokerage, i.e. selling your business, exit planning, those kind of things are becoming more prevalent in other countries. Literally when we started with Henry and Michael in the UK, they came into an area that they didn't sell businesses that way. Mm-hmm. I think they were just this one company was just charging an upfront fee, slapping it on a website and hoping they got paid later on. Yeah. And, really Henry and Michael have changed that, specifically Henry now.
Yeah. So. Well, it's funny. You've always said that we create a market for an illiquid asset, right? And I was just in the UK with Henry a couple months ago. We're looking to expand Exit Factor into the UK as well. And it was really kind of eye-opening for me to be in the UK, but I also talked to people from Libya, the UAE, and some of the issues that we've faced in the US with small businesses and having this illiquid asset and creating a marketplace and even into the exit planning and things like that. It's not a US event. It's actually a global phenomenon where these small businesses are treated the same way. And we were just having lunch with someone from Ghana too,
Yes.
right? And he was talking about similar statistics. Most of the economy of Ghana is powered by Main Street businesses, powered by small to mid-sized businesses.
Right.
And they aren't given the same access to resources in a marketplace that the larger companies are.
Yeah. So I think we're going to continue to see an expansion of this whole idea of buying and selling businesses. And a lot of people, thank you out there to everybody who's commented about this being a great resource. I hear it over and over again, even at the conference we were just at the Transworld conference, which went fantastic. And then we rolled into the International Business Brokers Association conference. And I can't tell you some of our competitors that have come up to us that enjoy the podcast.
Yeah. I hear it all the time. Sometimes I hear like, I'm a fan. I'm like, a fan of what, right? A fan of the deal board. And we've heard that it's been a great educational resource for people looking to sell a company, people looking to buy a company, people looking to get into the industry, from some of our industry colleagues, the bankers. And I agree. I just thank everybody who's listened and glad we could provide some value over these last 200 plus hours of content recording that we've been doing.
And we've had not only buying and selling content, we've had content about getting involved in your community. We've had content about life health balance and whether or not there is such a thing. We've talked about mental health. We've talked about all kinds of things on this podcast, which I think is very relevant to business owners and even our community of people who are helping buy and selling businesses. So.
Yeah. And we're going to keep going.
Yeah, we are.
We've talked a lot about this, this content around businesses. Actually, our two most recent episodes around buying businesses and buying boring businesses are our highest performing episodes. Recently, was buying boring businesses and what buyers are buying reached over 3,200 views just on YouTube.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is I remember sort of like my pasta dinner, like I've made most of the money at the pasta dinner, which we've talked about on this podcast before, in the last 4 years. I think what you're going to continue to see at the Deal Board podcast is that, even though we've had like, what do we say, 50,000 downloads, we're getting like 4,000, a month now. And, it's just blossoming. And I think we've gotten out there. We've changed a few of the platforms we've used to get out there. Mm-hmm. But obviously we're doing a lot more YouTube shorts and we're doing some Facebook things. And we're reaching out to our network to get them more involved. And so we're hearing a lot more voices. It's not just you and me talking.
Right.
And now you busy with Exit Factor and, JT being involved at Transworld, you're going to continue to hear more voices.
Yeah, we've asked in the last few episodes. Actually, we've asked some different brokers to kind of guest host. Some
of your brokers.
Yeah, some of my brokers. Some younger brokers, some brokers from different areas of the country. So, I mean, we started this podcast is very Colorado and Florida focused when we first started, and now we've wanted all the offices, not just across the country, but across the world. We've had international episodes, and we want to continue leaning into that. Yeah,
you'll continue to hear more and more folks from. Hopefully, we just, as you said, we just had our I think it's Ghanese first or second, African franchisee to come aboard. So I'm sure he'll have some stories, and it's always great. I mean, it's a great economy over there.
Yep.
And we love seeing that. And hopefully we can get our UAE guys who have gotten their feet under them and our Japanese partners involved. A lot of people from BNI. So there's, shout out to the folks at BNI. Exit Factor and Transworld and BNI just seems to be very, synonymous with supporting business owners. So.
Yeah. So with all that said, we're going to make a change to the co-host and the hosting for the deal board.
Yes.
So I've got my hands full with Exit Factor right now.
Yes. And, I just was lucky enough to see Jessica in action at the EPI conference, at the Exit Planning Conference. And Exit Factor is a force to be reckoned with. You're going to be doing some of your content on some of your new channels as well, right?
Right. Yeah, we have a podcast of our own called How I Sold. So being focused on that. So I will not be your co-host anymore.
I know. I'm very sad, by the way. But, it's been a great run, and it's certainly not the end because, Exit Factor and, How I Sold, and is that was it?
How I Sold. Yep.
How I Sold will be sister podcasts and working together. So we'll drag Jessica back on for updates about the industry, using her more of it as a correspondent, let's put it that way.
There we go.
Than a co-host. But this has been incredible. Thank you so much for everything. It's been
fun. It's been fun. It's a little sad. It's bittersweet, right?
I know it is bittersweet, but we didn't think it would go for 7 years, did we?
No, it's gone really fast too, right? It's almost like parenting. I hear all the time the days are slow, but the years are fast.
Yes.
Kind of like, I wouldn't say the episodes are slow. They go fast too, right? But I can't believe this has been going on since 2018.
It's crazy. A lot has happened since then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all grown. You've had a kid. My kids are gone. I mean, just incredible things in our lives, and your franchise at Transworld has grown incredibly. You've branched out to multiple states, and Transworld all over has grown so much, and now Exit Factor is growing. It's a lot of fun. A lot of good things going on there.
And there's a lot going on like with the industry, and like we were talking about that, wishes and hopes we had for this industry back in 2018 that have come to fruition. And there is a marketplace for small business, not just in the US, but in multiple countries worldwide. People are aware of all the baby boomers retiring. Remember us pontificating of who's going to buy all these businesses, and there's going to be a glut of them.
There isn't
because all these buyers,
Millennials and Gen X, man, they're stepping up, and the Gen X's are starting to get out. Me being one of the older Gen X's, turning 60. It's hard to say. I mean, so it's just it's an incredible watching the industry. I love that it's getting younger. Love it. Yeah. We were just talking before this about my two daughters being at the conference and hopefully dipping their individual toes in different parts of this industry. It's incredible. And, talking to Ron West, shout out to the West family for starting the IBBA, and, Tom passing away last year was one of the changes in the last 7 years. And Ron, having his kids at the conference. I mean, it's incredible to see that this has been generational. Yeah.
And there's still so much more to come. I think really, even though business brokerage and Transworld has a lot of history, right? Like you said, it's almost like the podcast is a metaphor for business. You said the podcast is building and it's accelerating on that kind of J curve upwards. It's how businesses and industry are too. And I think Transworld and the business brokerage industry, we're just taking off.
Yeah. And I think, what I've seen over the years, I think that's it. Businesses need good support. And I think that the beauty of Exit Factor is that, Transworld can give you that support when you've decided to sell. But to get to that J curve where you can sell really well, that's not what Transworld does. And so Exit Factor is a perfect fit for that. And, I'm glad you're taking that journey because it's great to have Exit Factor in our offices, in a lot of offices across Transworld's network. So great.
It's great. So like always, we have a great episode planned for you.
We have some congratulatory shout outs coming up.
Yeah. We have some deals of the week.
And listings of the week. So so sad.
Well, happy 200 to us, 200. To the deal board, to all of our listeners. Yes. And thank you guys all for your support.
Thank you.
Transworld Business Advisors is the world's largest business brokerage and mergers and acquisitions firm with over 1,000 brokers and nearly 250 offices worldwide. Transworld's team handles thousands of business sales every year. To be connected with a qualified business broker or learn more about the buying and selling process, visit tworld.com or call 800-205-7605.
Hey, welcome back. It's Sean Roman, and we're talking about our 200th episode. We're celebrating. So John was just telling me that you're a frequent listener.
Not just that, but by the entire team. We use that as training, guys.
Wow.
Factoring the entire team, and we listen to every episode and we want to make sure that we capture everything you're talking about. But wow, 200 episodes. I remember the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it's over 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something crazy like that. So, and you were also telling me that sometimes you have arguments about things and you go, use it as a reference tool.
Correct. Especially the new brokers that are coming in, we do onboarding and all that. And they feel like sometimes they know a little bit more than we know.
All right.
So I referenced to your deal board. I said, don't listen to me, go listen to Andy.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, John. Thanks for everything you do. Thanks for contributing over the years. We'll keep it going.
My pleasure. Thank you, Andy.
Hey, we're back and we're talking about the 200th episode, and I have a very special guest, Dion. And Dion, you are Warsaw from Transworld Business Advisors of Utah County. But not only is she that, she is the tireless worker that pays all the bills for the deal board. Yes. And you've been doing it for a long time. You're a big advocate of it, and I appreciate all you've done.
Thank you. I mean, I've been on the show a couple of times.
Yes, you have.
I remember a while ago we did one about doing well by doing good, and that still is very, very close to my heart, as you know. And I promote it, I listen. I think that it is a great resource, not only for our fellow Transworld people, but for people looking to buy a business and sell a business. There are always, always great takeaways.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's been a passion project, not only for myself and Jessica and everybody at Transworld, but the ad fund's really behind it, because we know that education is the best thing, complete transparency for our buyers and sellers.
I agree. I love that, because I love that we're providing information for people that they can absorb at their own pace. There's no commitment on their part, and we're really providing an added value.
There you go. Well, thank you so much again for being our treasurer and paying for everything, but thank you for being an advocate. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Hey, I'm here with Sam Curcio. We are celebrating the 200th episode of the Deal Board podcast, and Sam's been a contributor many times, and you're also a listener. Tell us about it.
That's right. Yeah, and congratulations on 200 episodes. That's a huge achievement. I'm pretty sure 90% of podcasts don't make it past their 10th episode.
Yeah, there you go.
So 200 is amazing. I've had the pleasure and the honor of being on the podcast. The podcast is amazing. I listen to it. I get to contribute to it. I always learn something. There's always something for everyone. And you can search, like, what are you looking for? Are you growing through acquisition? You want something on Main Street? Do you want a landscaping company? Like, we've talked about it all. You can go out there and find it. And I've actually had a deal, a cleaning company, where I heard one of our Transworld agents sold his cleaning company, enjoyed Transworld, and I was having an issue on my deal, and I heard him on the podcast, and I called him, and we went out there, and we got it straightened out with his help.
There you go. Saving deals. We're doing all kinds of things on the Deal Board podcast. I appreciate you, and you'll see him again on the Deal Board podcast. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Andy.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. And I am back with my new co-host. Co-host. And we are here at the 200th episode.
Is that incredible?
It is incredible.
200. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Jess both.
Yes.
For launching the Deal Board so many years, just a couple years ago.
7+ years ago.
7 years ago.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And I don't know, 5,000 plus downloads?
Yeah, a lot.
That's good.
A lot.
And a lot of people getting education.
I think that's what this is all about.
Right.
I mean, we really, we're like Cy Sims. I think I might have said that before, but an educated consumer is our best customer. So we want people to get educated, and we're going to continue to do that, right?
Yes. You got 200 behind you, but that's just the beginning
right.
of where this goes going forward. If it's 200 more, 2,000 more, it's that continuing education. It's a resource for buyers, for sellers, for lenders, lots of different people. I mean, you probably hear that from many people that come to us for the very first time, and different capacities. And I saw the deal board.
I mean, whether it's
the podcast.
Yeah, whether it's people that are in training, whether it's people that are deciding to sell their business, whether it's people that are deciding whether or not to buy a Transworld.
Yeah, you guys made buying and selling businesses online popular before it became here's how you buy or sell a business online popular. You guys were the original gurus.
We talked about that. And you know what other resource I think it's good for is AI. So there's 200 episodes worth of content out there that it's going to be crawled by AI and really using us as the source. So I think it's been great. We decided we were the longest and most established running podcast of its type.
That's good.
Yeah, in the industry.
Transworld, the source of truth.
It is. We are the source. And, we want to continue that. And not only do we want, to hear from JT and I, we want to continue and even expand hearing from our fantastic franchisees and their agents, everybody who's a part of the Transworld system.
Yeah. And, that also can morph into people who are part of the deal team, attorneys, accountants, lenders, et cetera, people who have expertise in different industries that we can feature as guest speakers on the podcast too.
Yeah, it's great. And we'll continue to have JT or I. And we'll try to get in the studio as much as possible.
Yes.
Because we love the quality here. Our studio team does such a fantastic job.
And have done it from the beginning. And, we special shout out to both of these guys that you don't see behind the camera, but they make us look really good.
They do. And this is a great place to do it, and you'll hear from folks from UFG. We'll hopefully get Ray in here some more.
Right.
And some of the great people at United Franchise Group and some of our sister and brother brands.
Right. And there's so much that can still be unpacked in the business and buying and selling arena. So there's no shortage of content that needs to be delivered to you guys as the listeners and the viewers of the Deal Board.
No, and we're going to keep you up to date with the trends in the industry as well. Right. And there's always things changing, whether it be in financing, whether it be in laws, whether it be in international things that are going on. There's always fun stuff.
And, you guys have been talking about for years, the seller tsunami.
Yes.
And I think we were talking today earlier about, well, it might not have been a tidal wave. It might be just a tidal change right now, but the tidal wave is still coming.
Yeah. The tide is getting higher.
It is getting higher.
But I would say in the world of buying and selling businesses, I'm not sure it's up to our knees yet.
No, probably not.
Maybe
we're
ankles.
Just wading into the pool.
Yeah. We're just wading in.
It's coming. And we're anxious to see that shift that continues of the wealth in the country that's being shifted over by people who are leaving and selling their company, and the people who are coming and taking advantage and carrying on the legacy. So more of that to come in the Deal Board in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we got some more kudos here on the Deal Board. And of course, we always have a listing of the week and a deal of the week.
Yes. So congratulations on 200, Andy and Jess. Well done.
Great job.
And we're bringing more to you.
We will.
Yes, sir. Hey, Andy, do you know what time it is?
What time?
It's time for Deal of the Week.
Ring the bell. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is Deal of the Week, and we are talking with Joe Strickland from Transworld Business Advisors of Lakeland. And Joe has been with us for a long time. No, it's not Santa Claus moonlighting. Not yet. He does that every year. He does such a nice job with the community. Thank you, Joe, for all you do, giving back. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about your deal that just closed. And you do specialize in this kind of deals. It's daycare. So tell us about this specific deal.
Yeah, this is a child care center in Port St. Lucie. And I had it listed for probably 2 years.
Wow.
One of the problems is that every time during due diligence, it would fall apart for some reason or another, and the buyers would back out. So we finally got a buyer in place, and we just completed the transaction yesterday, and it's funding today. So.
All right, great. And tell me a little bit about the daycare business. It's all about licensing and how many people they can have, right?
Yeah. It basically, a child care center is very license oriented because it runs on the director's credentials. The owner doesn't have to be a director. They have to take some small classes to be an owner, but nothing like being the director. As long as they have an employee that's the director in place, they can continue operating. If that director were to walk off, let's say, and they don't have a director in place, they could still go under a provisional license for 6 months and still operate the business without fear of having to shut it down.
Wow. So if you want to know more about buying or selling a daycare business, Joe's your guy. Joe, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, you can go to hjoe@tworld.com or my phone, 863-559-7381. You can call or text anytime, day, night, weekend, or holiday.
Great. Joe, thanks for getting that done.
Thank you,
Just
Andy.
don't call during Christmas.
Right. Yeah, I'll be busy then.
Hey, JT, do you know what time it is?
Money time?
Almost. It's time for Listing of the Week.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is Listing of the Week, and I am here with the Tom Milana, international business broker to the stars, and also been with us for a very long time. And so Tom, you have a nice new business. Tell us about it.
I do. I have a 20-year-old HVAC company here in South Florida, doing about $6.7 million in revenue last year. Throws off about $600,000 in discretionary earnings.
Wow.
Fabulous company. Specializes in not only residential, but they do a lot of commercial retrofits. So,
which is popular.
Very popular. The phone's ringing off the hook. Don't expect it to be around too much longer. But if you're looking to sell your HVAC company, I got about 1,000 buyers.
Yeah, so the very popular sector these days out there in the world. So give us a little bit about the numbers. You said 2.1 and it's netting about?
Asking price is 2.1. The gross revenue is 6.7.
Wow.
And the discretionary earnings about 600.
All right. But it got a lot of rolling stock, I heard, and got some equipment. So great business.
Awesome business.
Very, very established. So Tom, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Cell phone, 561-702-6867. And my email is tom@tworld.com.
Excellent. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in to the show today. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends on social media. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcasting app. If you have questions, would like to appear, or have suggestions for topics for the show, get in contact with us through our website, thedealboardpodcast.com.